The U.S. State Department has ordered all non-emergency government staff to leave Iraq urgently amid escalating tensions with neighboring Iran. An alert published on the website of the U.S. Embassy in Iraq said employees nationwide should depart as soon as possible and avoid American facilities in the country. Washington said last week it had detected new and urgent threats from Iran and its proxy forces targeting Americans and U.S. interests in the region. On Sunday, the embassy advised Americans to avoid travel to Iraq, citing heightened tensions. Wednesday's alert said the State Department had ordered the departure of non-emergency government employees posted at both the embassy in Baghdad and the consulate in Erbil. It added visa services at both posts had been suspended and the U.S. government had a limited ability to provide emergency services to U.S. citizens in Iraq, a State Department spokesman said. The decision to withdraw staff was based on a security assessment, but would not give details on how many personnel were leaving Iraq. He added, "Ensuring the safety of U.S. government personnel and citizens is our highest priority, and we are confident in the Iraqi security services' ability to protect us. But this threat is serious and we want to reduce the risk of harm." The announcement will fuel fears the U.S. and Iran are sliding into war. The American military last week deployed an aircraft carrier and B-52 bombers to the Gulf, and tensions escalated further when the U.S. blamed Tehran or its allies for damage to 4 oil tankers off the United Arab Emirates. UK Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt said on Monday, "We are very worried about the risk of a conflict happening by accident, with an escalation that is unintended really on either side but ends with some kind of conflict. What we need is a period of calm to make sure that everyone understands what the other side is thinking." Washington has not publicly provided any evidence to back up claims of an increased Iranian threat, and a British general has expressed skepticism over the need for the American military buildup in the Middle East. Major General Chris Geeker, a senior British officer in the US-backed coalition fighting ISIS, said, "No, there's been no increased threat from Iranian-backed forces in Iraq and Syria. There are a substantial number of militia groups in Iraq and Syria, and we don't see any increased threat from any of them at this stage." But U.S. Central Command, in a rare rebuttal of an allied military officer, said Maj. Gen. Geeker's remarks run counter to the identified credible threats from Iran-backed forces. The coalition is now at a high level of alert as we continue to closely monitor credible and possibly imminent threats to U.S. forces in Iraq, it added in a statement. Donald Trump earlier denied a report that his administration was considering sending 120,000 troops to the Middle East. But the U.S. president then stirred the controversy further by saying, "Would I do that? Absolutely.